the song they go. When you take those same lines I played to you forwards, reverse them, and play them backwards, you'll find that Jim Dandy wasn't making a senseless statement. He had something to say. Listen as I play that same segment backwards, and Jim Dandy will say, Satan, 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 he is God, he is God, he is God. That same segment backwards. I've got news for Mr. Jim Dandy. Satan is not God. That's what got him in trouble in the first place. You may have noticed the way he pronounced Satan was a little strange. He pronounced it Satan, Satan. Listen, in the Anetian language, which is now an extinct language, that's the way that Satan is pronounced. It's only known and only used today by Satanists and occultists. Tell me Jim Dandy didn't know what he was saying. Black Sabbath. Even the name of this group is in reference to an occultic ritual. Their album, We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll, which uses a satanic S, which is the lightning bolt S, which is an occultic symbol, and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, which depicts on the cover a man on a bed surrounded by demons with the number 666 on the headboard of the bed. The ex-lead singer for this group, Ozzy Osbourne, who, by the way, is out on his own now, said, I was compelled to see The Exorcist 26 times. He also said, I don't know if I'm a medium for some outside force. Whatever it is, frankly, I hope it's not what I think. Satan. Ozzy Osbourne is known for taking small live animals on stage live during concert and biting their heads off. The other night, not too long ago, Ozzy Osbourne bit off, and he went to an executive board meeting of his record executives, and he walked into the room with a live white dove. He bit off the dove's head and threw the body of the dove onto the table. Now, what's unusual about that is this. Ozzy Osbourne isn't the first to ever do that. No. That has been practiced for years in voodoo rituals in Jamaica and Haiti. It symbolizes blasphemy against the Holy Spirit of God. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne on his cover, Diary of a Madman, if you look very closely, you'll see Ozzy standing there with his clothes tattered and torn, blood dripping from his body. Over on the side is a young boy with a book open that says Spells. If you look very closely on the table, you'll see a white dove, dead, his neck apparently broken, laying off to the side of the table. If you look even closer, you'll see a serpent crawling away. I don't have to say what that symbolizes. On the back far wall, you'll see an inverted cross. Flip the album cover over, you will see Ozzy Osbourne, new in a brand new white suit, simulated as hanging upon that inverted cross, simulating the resurrection. His newest album is called Mr. Crowley. Aleister Crowley is in dedication to, as a famous occultist who was from England. There's a new album out called Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons Project. The front clearly shows an occultic symbol that's been around for thousands of years. It's called a ujat. It symbolizes the all-seeing eye of Satan. The eye is pictured as half closed. That symbolizes that even though you don't think he's watching you, Satan is watching you. There's a tear coming from one corner of the eye which says that Satan mourns for those outside his influence, but it's a stabbing tear. Nazareth on Hair of the Dog. It's an album that pictures demonic manifestations on the cover that could only be drawn by someone who had spiritual encounters of some sort. The group White Witch, the cover of their album is in the shape of an ankh. And, of course, the concept of white magic is false. ABBA, their song Does Your Mother Know? Hints of rebellion against parents. And Hole in Your Soul states that it has to be rock and roll that fills the hole in your soul. I agree to a point. But that hole's shaped just like Jesus. For Jesus is the only thing that can fill that void. Todd Rundgren is the leader of the group, used to be the group Utopia, and he admits to believing in astral projection and reincarnation. His guitar is even the shape of an ankh. The group performs beneath a 25-foot gold pyramid, and many of their songs are based on mystic religions. The album Ra is dedicated to the Egyptian sun god. In a recent edition of Mademoiselle magazine, it's been reported that Stevie Nicks believes in magic wands, witches, and angels. Stevie Nicks, formerly with Fleetwood Mac. She stated that she believes someone is waving a magic wand over her album, Belladonna, because of its great success. She sometimes comes on stage in black chiffon, wearing a top hat. When she was with Fleetwood Mac, she would sometimes go to the front of the stage in concert and dedicate that concert to all the witches of the world. She believes that she has a guardian angel and that her soul has been around for over 3 million years. Miss Nicks says her music is inspired by magic things, which she says gives her terrific ideas for writing music. She added in another interview with Hit Parader that she doesn't think there's anything funny at all about her love of ethereal things or magic or the spirit world. I am very serious about those things, she says. Kiss. Their album Love Gun. This song talks about you pull the trigger on my love gun. They have a song called Great Expectations. Some other songs that Kiss do is songs like Christine 16. Another song says Shock Me, Make Me Feel Better, Shock Me, Put On Your Black Leather. Just titles of some of their songs. The thing that aggravates me most about the group Kiss is that they're designed to appeal to the younger teenager, ages 12 to 15, and their magazine even reaches out to the 9 to 11-year-olds. 90% of all their songs speak of sexual abuse and perversion. They dress in black leather and chains. Kiss fan club magazines are known around the country. One is called Teen Machine, their comic book magazine that's designed to reach the 9 to 11-year-olds. The man who heads up this comic book said, in the beginning, adults will be horrified about what's in here, but in the end, they'll go back to watching television. KISS reportedly stands for Knights in Satan's Service, and they had said we are members of the Satanic Brotherhood of America first and musicians second. KISS and a witch were on a TV program called Kids Are People Too. On this show it interviewed KISS as being heroes, and the witch even told about making potions, and this is directed to children. Peter Criss, who was until recently the drummer, said, I find myself evil. I believe in the devil as much as I believe in God. You can use either one to get things done. Gene Simmons confesses to an interest in cannibalism. In concert, they breathe fire, levitate their instruments, and regurgitate blood.